Hello, sir. I'm Krishan Srinivasan, a fine art photographer and a distance skater. And I run two YouTube channels, and we are doing this interview for my skating YouTube channel. And we are going to talk about distance skating. And to our audience, who we have here is a very vibrant young man, very fast rider in distance skating, as I have understood from the videos of this. And he is multifaceted. He's a coach for surfing. Coach guard, and he's a surfer, and he's a longboard dancer. He's a distance skater, and there are many more phases to explore in this interview. And to be particular, we are going to explore much more on distance skating side of this, and a little bit of other things, how it aided to the distance skating. So who we have here is Mr. Jayson Severin. Welcome, sir. Vanakkam. This is the way of welcoming in my land. And Jayson Severin was known to me through his videos, through his Instagram profile. I learned through Adam Ornella's interviews on YouTube videos and through his Instagram stories. So thanks to Adam Ornelas here. And so I have said my perception of what is known to me as Jayson Severin. Kindly introduce yourself to our audiences.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jayson. I'm a distance skateboarder out of New York City. I've been skating for about 7 years now.
Awesome.
Right now, I'm a lifeguard, and I'm pursuing a real estate license. I am actually licensed. Not an agent yet, so I'm pursuing that. Yeah, I just like to skate, have fun. In my downtime, I'm usually doing my YouTube stuff. I'm trying to start a channel myself, so that's what I do usually, videography stuff. Yeah.
That's quite interesting. You're a realtor. I didn't know that, because I've known all the skating stuff only. That's amazing.
Yeah. I haven't really posted any much of the real estate stuff, so but soon.
Awesome. So, best wishes for your realtor career. Good luck for getting your license as soon as possible. Amazing, sir. So, what kind of board you prefer? Like coming to the distance skating talk. Like what kind of board you prefer, or what kind of collections you have in your home?
Well, when I first started like distance skating, I had a drop down and drop through board. So it was the trucks were through the board as in the drop through, and then it was dropped down about, like, I want to say 2 inches, and that's the boards that I usually rode when I first got into it, because it was just it was a lot easier to ride for long distance. And then after a while, like, I got accustomed to this top mount board, because I was able to get a better kick, like more power in my kick. And that's the only boards that I ride now for distance. And then I do a little bit of downhill, so the typical downhill setup, like it's not symmetrical. It's like what do you call that? What do you call those downhill boards? It's like a triangle at the front, and then it tapers back.
A old school
so
deck,
like
kind of.
Something like that. I forgot the name of it, but
yeah, me too.
This is a regular downhill board.
Yeah, because like I wasn't checking out much on downhill, so my knowledge is very limited on downhill. Like except for the fact that we have big hog wheels or rounded wheels, and very lower angle on the trucks. Nothing much more than that. So, and you have a foot stop on the board. Yeah, that's simple.
Right.
That's amazing. So. And 7 years ago, that's an incredible amount of time for distance skating. 7 years ago, I didn't even know about distance skating. I have known distance skating just since August 2020 or so. So that's an incredible career, I would say. And this is really inspiring, I should say. And sir, like, do you like bracketed boards? I've seen you riding drop down and.
I do like bracketed boards. I've just never been able to get my hands on any boards like that. Because I don't know if like the companies are like, I just don't know how to get them. I really just don't know how to get them.
Oh, okay. So, do you know the brands available for bracket boards? Can you name any?
You have Don't Trip.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's one that starts with a P, correct?
Yeah, Pantheon,
Pantheon.
G-Bone. Okay.
D-Bomb.
Mm.
Yeah. So, people. So when I was at Ultraskate, right, there's a lot of people who had boards and setups like that.
Ah.
Um, almost everyone had a
Mm.
setup like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know how to get
Okay.
boards like that. So
So everybody hits that point, like where they wanted to start with bracketed board. Yeah, definitely. For me, it was definitely new to me as well. Like I didn't know the difference, like to call it as a bracketed board to start with. So you are in a much
hmm
better place, I would say. Like that's amazing. So, sir,
hmm
how did you associate with the company Wild Monkey Longboards?
good question. Yeah, so they they've been in the scene now for a number of years, and I've recognized them from just their Instagram page, and they gave a couple of downhill boards to some of my buddies, and I checked it out. I thought it was cool, so I reached out to them and asked for a sponsorship,
Mm-hmm.
and they seen a couple of my races, and they were interested, so
Mm-hmm.
um they put me on, and that's how I'm sponsored with them now.
Oh, that's
I reached
amazing.
out to them. I asked,
Yeah,
so
definitely. If they could see your video about the Central Park, like probably there would be more sponsors to come and approach you, even from the bracketed board
uh,
side. I would definitely, probably they would come after this video or interview session. I wish. And I really heard Wild Monkey longboards for the very first time. I really like the the setups they have, like their products as such. Do you want to share like what you use of Wild Monkey longboards?
sure.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I have a prototype board for distance skating.
Mm-hmm.
It's custom made for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there's a couple of downhill boards that he has. I use the Shawshank,
Mm-hmm.
which is a 36-inch downhill board.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the Civ,
Mm-hmm.
which is also a great downhill board.
Mm-hmm.
I think the company is more downhill oriented,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a couple of LDP riders.
Mm-hmm.
Um, me and another team rider named Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him are like the distance skating of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we go to events. I'll see him actually next week at the Broadway Bomb,
Mm-hmm.
along with the founder of Wild Monkey Racing, Longboard Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll see them both next week at the Broadway Bomb, and yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
those are the boards that I ride for them right now, though.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what kind of wheels do you prefer for your downhill or distance skating?
So I'll start with distance. So the wheels that I prefer are like bigger wheels. So I know that a lot of people do their like distance skating with like a Guamas,
Mm-hmm.
so 85 millimeters, which is
Mm-hmm.
actually a great millimeter size wheel for distance, but I
Mm-hmm.
like it to be just a little bit bigger
Mm-hmm.
so that you can get more momentum in your push, so you
Mm-hmm.
can glide for longer. And I usually started with, well, I usually skate 107,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the biggest wheel that you can find. I think there is a 110 millimeter wheel,
Mm-hmm.
which Adam skates,
Mm-hmm.
but those are just a little bit too big for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 107 millimeters now. And I just recently stopped skating those because they
Mm-hmm.
felt a little bit too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So now my perfect wheel is 90 millimeters. That's what I usually skate and race on.
That's amazing. Even I'm a 110 wheel skater. Actually, it looks a little more like a downboard wheel. Like yeah,
Yes, yeah,
but it's all plastic core,
yeah.
not aluminum core.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
no brand Chinese make. So I couldn't tell you what it is or where you can get one from, but it's good actually. I like it.
Hmm.
Thank you. I'm also thinking of settling for 90 later because that was available in Amazon India. And so, what is your distance skating routine?
Say it again.
Your distance skating routine, like when do you skate? Do you like to skate in the morning or in the evening or during the weekends or like off during your off day, like when you don't go to work or you go to work by
Yeah,
your board. Sorry to
it's
interrupt.
funny. I don't really have like a routine. I guess it's just whenever I feel like skating,
Uh-huh.
which is like all the time. So I'm usually skating like every day. Um, I used to have a routine early in my like distance skating where I would skate
Mm-hmm.
almost like every afternoon at like somewhere between like 2 p.m. to like 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I would make sure I go out to skate. I would skate around Central Park.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably eat breakfast in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was when it was like all skating. I wanted to do nothing but skating. So
Wow.
it was like eat breakfast in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
watch a couple like skate videos,
Mm-hmm.
get me like motivated to go skate,
Mm-hmm.
and then get ready, go take the train to Central Park,
Mm-hmm.
and then just go lap the park. And
Wow.
I was like every day,
That's
and then
amazing.
just skate around the city too.
That's
So
very inspiring.
I think, yeah, I think that's how I got so good now. It's just like I just wanted to skate so much that nothing really mattered at that time. It was probably 2018, 2019 where I really like honed into the distance skating and
Mm-hmm.
you know fell in love with it.
Such a free spirit, I would say. That's amazing. I would love to do
Yeah.
that too. So, tell me about your experience skating in New York City. Like, have you tried skating in a different city or from city to city, or uh, like, please throw some light on that.
Yeah, so New York City, it's it's its own beast. Like I've skated in a couple other cities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, been to New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, skated skated some of the cities out there. Been to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Um, been to Connecticut. Skated some of the cities out there. It's
Mm-hmm.
just not the same as New York City because like the atmosphere is so fast paced
Mm-hmm.
that when you're skating you have to be on alert like constantly. Even in the bike lane, like there's designated bike lanes for bikers, bicyclists,
Mm-hmm.
people to safely travel in the city.
Mm-hmm.
You can still you can still be in danger.
I
There's
understand.
mopeds that come through.
Mm-hmm.
So you just always have to be on constant like alert.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's actually like a great feeling. I love skating in New York City way
Mm-hmm.
more than any other city because it's just so much that's going on. It just makes it funner to skate.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, have you seen the documentary called Push? It has two versions. One is the Ultra Skate Miami version, and the other one is by two people, Mr. Adam Abada and Zach Baker, who rode from New York to Boston or Boston to New York. I've seen these two documentaries.
I've seen the Miami one.
Uh-huh.
I have not seen the one with two guys who skated from New York to Boston.
Yeah, they did. They did it in the regular skateboard wheels, actually, the 53 or 56 wheels. That was really inspiring in a way. Um, uh, so thank you, thanks. It was exploring things. When I got into distance skating, that's when I watched a lot of videos. So it's more like when I started, it was more like watching people doing distance skating. Getting my happiness from that. So that's how I came to
hmm
know. So do you have any hangout groups in New York to skate regularly or to hill bomb in New York?
yeah, it's a couple of them. There's one called that just recently started called Social Push
Mm-hmm.
NYC.
Mm-hmm.
So every Tuesday at 7:30,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we meet up and we skate a route in New York City, in Manhattan specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we branch out, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, mainly in Manhattan. Meet up at 7:30, and we just find somewhere to skate.
Mm-hmm.
Random route every week. Then there's also Flow Crew NYC. Um, they're more of a dancing um, longboard group.
Mm-hmm.
They're the Friday Night Rip, which is like a downhill free ride, downhill free ride freestyle um, group where they meet up at Prospect Park 7:30
Mm-hmm.
every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
To skate all different styles. Um, there's New York City Longboard Vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So every Sunday they meet at Pier 76,
Wow.
and that's more for like distance and freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's mainly flat ground,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, they have to pair almost every Sunday all day, just
Oh.
working on dance tricks and freestyle tricks.
Mm-hmm. What is your favorite place in New York to skate?
Hmm. I want to say okay. So for distance skating, Central Park. Um, it's it's like the loop is very challenging
Mm-hmm.
because there's uphills, um, very steep uphills, and it's a lot of downhill too,
Mm-hmm.
fast downhill. So it's fun to
Mm-hmm.
skate that park. Um, for like downhill freeriding,
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple spots in Queens that I really enjoy skating.
Mm-hmm.
A spot called Dunton,
Mm-hmm.
in Hillside, Jamaica, Queens. Uh, the hill is not particularly fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like what you're gonna get if you go like upstate or to California, where it's like you know crazy mountain hills. But
Mm-hmm.
it's good for free ride. I learned to slide on that hill, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's another hill in Queens
Mm-hmm.
in Forest Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty mellow too, free ride stuff. Um, yeah, that's usually where I like to set that.
Is that the same spot that I happen to see in your YouTube video? And like you kind of try to slide. Nice, nice.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
That's cool. That's cool. So, what are all the races you've been part of in New York? And kindly share your experiences.
Okay, so how many races? Probably about 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll start with the Central Park race, the most known one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been doing it for about what is it been? 3 years now, maybe
Wow.
4.
Wow.
Um, the first year that I could remember, I did it. I got I think 4th place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the second year I did it, I think I got 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
The the third year I did it, I won.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, so I'm messing up something because I think I won 2 years in a row. And I messed
Oh,
something up.
oh, okay.
But yeah, that's one of the races that I like to do the most, Central Park,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean I've been skating it for years now, so
Mm-hmm.
I know the park like the back of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I was just recently beat though this past June by Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I'm not the reigning champ anymore, but I'm coming to get that back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then Prospect Park race, which is called the Purple Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Prospect Park is 3 miles. Central
Mm-hmm.
Park is approximately 6, and Prospect Park is approximately 3 miles. It's a little bit more, but we'll say approximately.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and uh, that race is fun. A lot of people show up to that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this this past one, which was in I want to say May,
Mm-hmm.
I got 2nd place,
Mm-hmm.
and the year before that, I won it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really fun race. It's quick.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 miles we do in like about I don't know. I'm gonna say like 11 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's
So
incredible actually.
yeah, it's a quick one. It's a quick one. But it's fun.
Even the Central Park race, I saw your timing. It was like almost 20 minutes. That's incredible. Crazy fast, I would say. That's
Yeah,
I checked 6.1 miles or so, like 20 minutes. That's really amazing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So what were your board choices for each races that you mentioned right now? The Central Park, the Purple, the other one.
So the board choice when I wasn't sponsored, it
Mm-hmm.
was um a company called Gravity Longboard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I when I first brought my longboard,
Mm-hmm.
like official longboard, it was a gravity longboard. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the board I was using up until I got sponsored. With going truck,
Mm-hmm.
which is also what I first bought when I brought my longboard. It was like a complete. So I just stayed true to those brands,
Mm-hmm.
going and gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the wheels, they were my 107. I think I have them in this bag actually.
Wow.
Ah, let me see if real quick if they're here.
Yeah, please.
No, they're not. They're not here, but
Mm-hmm.
I do have my race wheels that I use now. I'll get these up. But um, yeah, it was 107 wheels, and that's what I was using for about 3 or so years. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted like the not per se the fastest
Mm-hmm.
setup. Like it's not going to get you off the line the quickest,
Mm-hmm.
but it maintains speed really well. Like it was a pretty heavy setup. Now
Mm-hmm.
I know that. So I wouldn't do it again, but it was fast for me, and I enjoyed it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was racing for a while, and then I recently just switched up to, like I was saying earlier,
Uh-huh.
my 90 millimeter cloud rod wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I use now,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and these are great. They're a little bit lighter,
Mm-hmm.
so they help me with acceleration when I'm trying to get off the line,
Mm-hmm.
and they maintain roll speed. So it's
Great.
great.
Great. Good to know. Good to know. So, have you been part of Broadway before, like a Broadway Bomb before? Like, you're going to take part this year for the very first time as well.
Say that question for me one more time.
So the Broadway Bomb Race. Have you been to Broadway Bomb before, or like you're going to take part in Broadway Bomb only in 2022?
Oh no, I've been a part of it before for
Oh,
sure.
that's amazing.
I've raced it. Let's see. Um, you gonna ask me how many times I've raced it, or
I was going to ask, like, what were your strategies for Broadway Bomb?
sure. Um, so I'll give past strategies. I don't want to give this year's strategy just in case
Yeah,
my
yeah,
competition watches this.
yeah, I get it.
So uh, past strategies. It was really just to stay in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't want to lead it per se.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to not know like how hard the competition in the back is going.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I sprint off and I get caught in like traffic or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If the competition behind me is maintaining a good pace,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna pass me. So always wanted to make sure I stayed in the back a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
until it was like maybe like a mile or two left,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd be able to sprint once I maintained the pace of the
Mm-hmm.
lead rider.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's worked. I mean, I've gotten like top three every year that I've raced,
That's amazing.
um, but no wins. So maybe I have to switch up the strategy, which I am this year.
Mm-hmm.
I got something in store, so we'll see.
That's amazing. So, like, you've been like part of Broadway Bomb for 4 or 5 times now.
Mm, Racing it,
Mm-hmm.
it's been 4 years.
That's,
So the year that I did it, I didn't race.
mm-hmm. So,
Um,
so you are thorough with the route of Broadway Bomb. You never got lost, or
the first time I did Broadway Bomb ever, I got
like,
lost.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it's possible for people to get lost in Broadway Bomb. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, what would be the advice that you would give to the first participant in the Broadway Bomb? Now, like, say in 2022.
Don't.
Yeah. Next
Yeah,
week.
don't lose next week.
Yeah.
Next week. Uh, I say don't lose the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Try to stay with the pack because the people in there they do know where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to um record, and I mean definitely try to record,
Mm-hmm.
but don't record and then get lost up in the back because some of the people back there it is their first time,
Mm-hmm.
and they might not know where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so just try to stay with the group. It's also the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
And try to watch a couple videos too on the route, just so that you're familiar with it. There's a ton of videos out there
Mm-hmm.
that can help you out with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also too, it'll get you excited for for Broadway Bomb, which you should be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice, nice. So I heard like people are using electric skateboards and they are awarding prizes for electric skateboards as well in the Broadway Bomb. Would you like to try it in the future?
um, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Electric boards, they scare me, man, because it's like they go so fast. It's
Mm-hmm.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty crazy wipeouts. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
in
think
the
I would.
traffic and all that. Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
that's nice. So have you heard about this board called freeboard? Like it's something like a snowboard kind, but you do it on the land.
Um, I think I know what you're talking about. It's they have like wheels that like help you spin like
Yeah,
this, right? In 360.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Oh, that's cool. Have you tried them?
I have not tried one. No.
Okay.
Oh, is it also like they have you strapped in, right? Like you're strapped in your feet.
Yes, yes, yes. You have all the clip-ons, and they have that waveboard like 360 wheels in the middle, and some trucks to balance yourself and all that. Oh, cool. I saw your still in the Instagram of trying snowboarding, so I thought like I would ask you about freeboarding as well. So, how was your experience with snowboarding?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I wanted to try freeboarding in the future.
Oh, cool.
It'll help me like I guess um stay in like snowboarding state for
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
summer comes around. You
Mm-hmm.
can't snowboard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would be interested in that. But snowboarding. I'll give a brief like backstory. I started snowboarding maybe 6.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with a company called Stokes. They
Mm-hmm.
did it through my high school.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so they taught me how to snowboard. And then from there I just picked it up. Brought all the gear. I actually have the snowboard here in the back.
Oh, cool.
And,
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
so snowboard here.
Mm-hmm.
So um, yeah, I mean, how I started to do it is just from them. They taught me everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not everything, but like the fundamentals, and
Mm-hmm.
then I just took it from there myself.
Cool, cool. Is there any place in New York where like you practice snowboarding on a turf? Like they don't have a snow, but they have a mat which slides like a snow or something, or like you do it on the actual snow.
In New York,
Mm-hmm.
in New York City, no.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess I guess you could kind of build your own
Oh,
thing. I've done it a couple times out here.
oh.
Where you know you get a shovel when it snows. You just
Mm-hmm.
shovel up
Mm-hmm.
like a little jump, so
Obstacle. Yeah.
you can do jumps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, just little obstacles like that. There is a spot in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It's an indoor um snow dome.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so you can actually snowboard there year round. 'Cause it's indoors. It's temperature controlled. So they do all the things that you would usually do at a real like snow ski mountain. But you just
Mm-hmm.
do it indoors.
That's cool. That's cool. So, what kind of camera gears that you use to record your skating adventures?
Um, what I first started using was my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and now I have this handy dandy GoPro.
Cool. That is version
So
10?
the this is the 9.
9. Cool. That's cool.
Um, and this is how I usually like record most of my YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, apart from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's been going well. I mean, the quality is great.
Yeah.
I love GoPro.
Cool.
What I want to do is get a GoPro Max, which I think is a 360 camera.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think that'll really take some of the videos to the next level. But for
Okay.
now, these two things.
So we hope to see those exciting videos in the future.
Yeah, the IG man, it's gonna look great.
Yeah. Cool. So where do you host your videos normally? Which are the websites?
Um, really just YouTube. Um, my my channel is Me J,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have another one which is gonna be for my car. It's just going to be my first name and last name, Jayson Severin.
Mm-hmm.
Started posting videos on there yesterday or maybe 2 days ago.
Oh.
So I'm going to try to build that one.
Mm-hmm.
My IG, J_Sev.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I post skate content. It'll be a couple other things, but really just skate stuff. And then my Facebook also just post
Mm-hmm.
skate stuff there.
That's cool. That's cool. So, what are the things that you carry with you as a skate pack or backpack? When you are doing some distance skating.
Um, Definitely water.
Mm-hmm.
I always carry an extra like shirt or two,
Mm-hmm.
just because I know I'm gonna get sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
So I carry that because I can't get on the train with like a sweaty shirt or like transportation,
Sure.
knowing that I'm like just can't do it. Um, Gotta have a portable charger because
Mm-hmm.
when I'm out recording videos of my friends, my phone could die. So portable charger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I try to bring snacks from my house because usually when I'm out and about, you can spend some money that you probably don't want to spend. And if you're out every day like that, you know that kind of money adds up. So try to bring some snacks. I'll have that in like a fanny pack.
Mm-hmm.
And then some camera equipment, maybe like a GoPro or you know um, a tripod or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that'll be it.
That's cool. That's cool. So, what kind of apps that you use to track your activity? The watch or the apps in your mobile phone, the GPS apps.
Yeah. So what I use now is the app called Knack Sports
Mm-hmm.
Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have it for iPhone, but I know that they have it for Android,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it. It's great. It tells you. I mean the same. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Strava, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the same features as Strava,
Mm-hmm.
but it gives a little bit more in depth on what um your your ride was like. Like it goes into depth on like your goals
Mm-hmm.
or like your endurance from the past week. Like sorry, not endurance. Your endurance goals for the last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it has a skateboarding option,
Mm-hmm.
which Strava just recently got one.
Yeah.
But I'm so familiar with KNAC Sports Tracker that I don't even really use Strava anymore.
So, can you spell that for me? The app name.
CAYNAX Sports Tracker.
Thank you. Thank you. And sure. What kind of playlist you have on your mobile phone? Is it okay if I ask you to share it with me so that I can put a QR code on the video?
Um, would you like share my?
The playlist link.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that with SoundCloud because
Oh,
that's what I usually
okay.
use for
Mm-hmm.
my my playlist, my stuff,
Okay.
my songs.
Oh, cool, cool.
So
Okay, we'll figure it out later. That's okay. That's amazing.
yeah,
That's cool. So, tell me about your surfing experience, as a lifeguard, and how the longboard, riding as a surfer, it's getting translated into the skills of distance skating and other longboard dancing and stuff like that.
yeah. Surfing surfing is so much fun. It's really challenging though. It's not as easy as it looks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people out here that make it look like you're just gliding on water.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been surfing now for the same amount of time I've been snowboarding. It's been about 6.5 years.
Wow.
Um, and it really does translate though to longboarding because you kind of need to have the same skills in order to surf to
Mm-hmm.
longboard,
Mm-hmm.
and then vice versa to snowboard. So all those board sports they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I'm not as good at surfing as I am snowboarding and of course skating, but still do it. Um, and I do it actually out here in where I live in Rockaway Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the waves out here are great for it. So I don't need the most highest of waves like 10 foot overhead in like Hawaii or wherever else in the world the famous ones,
Mm-hmm.
the famous pro surfers go. But
Mm-hmm.
I do a little bit here, and it's great. Still can't go to like the massive waves, but we're working our way there.
Oh, cool. Like, what is the tallest wave you have ridden? Probably 6 feet, 7 feet.
Probably like 8 feet.
Amazing, amazing. Do you see any bioluminescent algae in New York City or like in the seas of
Mm. No, no, none of those. I've seen dolphins though.
Oh, cool.
When
That's cool.
yeah, and it's crazy because when I go surf, I don't wear contacts, so my glasses are off. So I'm completely like where my vision is when my glasses are off,
Oh,
and I was able to still see a dolphin. So that means that dolphin has to be pretty close.
oh,
Um, which is crazy.
that's
Um,
awesome.
but yeah,
That's cool, sir. And what is your favorite shoe for distance skating?
favorite what?
Shoes. Uh, Shoes.
Shoes?
Yeah.
Love Vans. I love Vans.
Mm.
I tell everybody who tries to get into distance skating,
Mm-hmm.
wear Vans. Specifically though, the slip-on version. The
Okay.
slip-on version is just so much like. I mean, you can wear any like brand of um slip-on,
Mm-hmm.
but Vans, um, the 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 way that it feels around your foot,
Mm-hmm.
it's great. Like it doesn't slip off like I don't want to shout any brands out, but a couple of other brands, when you start to like really use them and wear them,
Mm-hmm.
they could slip off your feet
Oh.
once you wear them out a little bit. Um, Vans they don't do that. They stay good up
Mm-hmm.
until like you completely like destroy them. They're
Mm-hmm.
still going to be on your feet. Um, and I use it for distance. Um, not as much now as I did before because I use them at Ultra State.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it just could not handle once I got past like 100 miles,
Mm-hmm.
it just hurt. So it's definitely better to do like running shoes
Mm-hmm.
if you're doing that type of distance. Don't use Vans. I don't think that's gonna help because Vans are very flat footed,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna need something with a little bit of arch support or just a little bit of support in general
Mm-hmm.
to help you with those long distance miles.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So, do you follow any weather radio to when you're doing surfing and stuff? Like that's a quick question that came to my mind.
Yes, say it again.
Do you follow any weather radio? For when you're doing surfing?
Uh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't want to go out when the waves are a little bit too big. Like you don't want to go out your comfort zone. If you
Mm-hmm.
go out, and you don't know what the weather conditions look like,
Mm-hmm.
and you catch yourself in a situation where you can't handle the waves at the time,
Mm-hmm.
it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you um are looking for a couple waves that day that you want to be um decently sized and they end up being small, maybe you can wait another day before you go out to surf.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always checking the weather. I'm always checking the weather. I'm not very good at looking at it because there's a lot that shows up on the surf report,
Mm-hmm.
like um, it shows um, like I don't know, just a lot of stuff on there that I'm not familiar with. So I really just check wave height
Okay.
when I go on there.
Okay. So where I'm headed with that question was like, does Google Maps traffic report helps when you're doing distance skating within New York City?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I really use it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, for sure, it could help. It could help.
Okay.
I mean, I've used it a couple of times when I've done like Uber,
Mm-hmm.
for my like deliveries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't really used it for like skating and stuff like that.
Cool, cool. So, like, what is your experience in riding with Mr. Adam Ornelas, like when he was in New York and you and Mr. Titus Lazar rode along and you were doing some, onboard interviews and all that. So how was that experience? Can you share?
Uh, that was great. Adam's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny that day, it was completely like unplanned. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think I had seen that Adam was in the city.
Mm-hmm.
He was skating around with Titus. I think they were filming some stuff in Pantheon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was that day. I was out just trying to get my miles into, just trying to enjoy the city,
Mm-hmm.
getting around.
Mm-hmm.
And I was coming off the Williamsburg Bridge and just randomly seen them going onto the Williamsburg Bridge.
Oh.
Um, so we stopped. We said, "Hey, I asked them where they were going." They
Mm-hmm.
said that they were skating all three bridges that day,
Mm-hmm.
and that I could join in. So I was like, "All right, cool." So tagged along, skated, and Adam had his camera equipment with the microphones and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wanted to get an interview, so that's how that interview happened. It was also just for the moment that day, and the interview turned out great.
Yeah, of course.
But
I
yeah,
love the way.
Adam,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good, and Adam's really cool, really fast too.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised. So hopefully I see him, at the Broadway Bomb. I haven't asked him yet, but I will after this interview to see
Yeah.
what he's gonna do
Can you say a quick hi to Mr. Adam if he's going to watch this video?
for sure.
Yeah, cool. So he does a lot of uphill. Have you tried any uphill distance skating?
Yeah, I love uphill.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what kind of eating habits you have for distance skating? Have you tried Indian food?
Uh, I don't. I've not tried an Indian food.
Okay.
Um, I, so my eating habits are kind of off right now. Like they're not particularly healthy. Um,
Okay.
it's healthy food, but the way I cook it is like in like it's fried, so it's not always like the healthy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could bake it,
Mm-hmm.
grill it, but fry it. Um, yeah.
I saw your story other day when I shared my, paneer tikka or something. You were sharing the Instagram story of somebody having the entire bull completely fried and roasted. I was,
Yeah, yeah,
I totally get it. It was
yeah.
amazing, actually.
Sometimes yeah. Sometimes you just want a lot of food. You just want some pork, some food, so you just eat.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I get it. So if you want to skate in India, where would that be?
Mhm. Um, honestly, I think I might go Mumbai. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a
Great
couple
place.
movies on. Yeah, I've seen a couple movies about that city.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've always wanted to go there, so I would definitely take a skateboarder too, go to that city and to skate around.
Super cool, sir. And guess we have come to the end of our session. And sir, what you want to share as a message for the Broadway Bomb, skaters, which is going to happen next week?
Um, good luck to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you guys have fun just as much as I'll have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hopefully you guys enjoy the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And stay safe. I'll see you guys then.
Super cool. Any message for distance skaters in general?
Continue to push the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing you guys out there. I'm watching everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I see you guys, doing awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to push it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right there with you guys.
Cool.
So,
Sir, who would you recommend, for to me to interview next? It's not a compulsory
hmm.
question,
um, hmm. I'd say Daniel Lindsay.
Please.
Um, just because I'm curious in his like LDP, um, like how did he get to where he is now? Because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him in the scene when when I was first starting. It was mainly Kiefer Dixon,
Mm-hmm.
and Titus Lazar.
Mm-hmm.
So he's come out of essentially nowhere now, and he's like kind of like you know winning a lot of these races. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious to see his progression in the sport. Where did he start? How did he start?
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, thanks for your wonderful time. I would definitely, appreciate those because like you're doing it in the middle of a busy time where you can go and practice for the Broadway Bomb, which is coming up next week. So I totally, value your efforts and appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much. Nandri from my land, like people would definitely love this interview. I wish a lot of good things to happen to you, more sponsors to approach you, like I wish you get your license for your realtor thing, as soon as possible, and let all good stuff flow in 2022. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a great day. Have a great day.
Alrighty, you too.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.